Good morning, or good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it may be. It is September the 1st today, in case you hadn't noticed, which means it's a new movement month. September moves. So if you join this in the moment this morning now on Facebook, hello, quick hello to anyone who's going to come on in. But essentially this video is being watched, I think, by those on our YouTube channel. So you may have one of these. You may also have perhaps the PDF version. The exercise, the movement orders in that PDF version are slightly different, but the progress checks are certainly there. So I'm going to get going we're going to start with the progress checks, and then I'm going to move straight into the new September move today, which is directional stepping. And hello, and thank you for those that are joining live. It's always nice to know there's someone on the other side of the camera. So special hello to those joining live, and welcome YouTubers who are using the active calendar. So we're going to start with some circulation boosting, as we always do, and that is on the very first page of the calendar here. I'm back to front. So a little bit of circ boost, then we'll go straight into the progress checks and then into September move. Are you ready? Let's get going. So first things first, check your RER for this movement progress check, and any movement snacks that you're participating in. Have some fixed, firm, reliable external support close to hand, of course. Check that your area is clear, that you've got the right footwear for you, for the right floor space that you're moving on. And of course you may have opted for seated options. A chair of knee height is about right. Anything lower is going to increase the effort for stand and may not be as comfortable. So about hip height is right. A little bit higher, of course, can still be comfortable and may make it feel a bit easier to stand. So 2 minutes or so of circulation boosting. Here's your seated prompts. I'll give you the standing prompts in a moment. So into active sit position. By this we mean you're doing the work, not the chair. If legs are involved, feet are flat, everything is lifted and supported, you may or may not choose to use the arms of the chair to then have a hip walk forward if that feels right for you. Around this active sit position, we can then start to bring in the shoulder march. Try a bit on the left, try a bit on the right, and the idea is that we bring those comfortably together over time. Remember, this is your rhythm and pace, not mine. So there's the upper body marching, rhythmical action. And you may already start to feel a light lift in the heart rate. This is good, this is what we want. Controlled, rhythmical, comfortable for you. If you're on your feet, if you're on your legs at any time in the day, also in this sit position, we can also start to prepare the legs, the ankles, feet and toes for standing activities. So feet are hip width, keep the active centre. There's a little bit of movement here, getting your toes involved, and then build that to the steady seated march. The knees are fairly low. Can you see how low these are? It's the rhythmical action, and then ideally bringing in other moving parts. As many moving parts as you would like to involve. Or you may remain with upper body only and a bit of assist through the arms of the chair. Lower body only, you choose. So that's your choice of combinations for circ boost. Here's another one, just quickly forgot that one there. There's the kind of active row movement, guides the elbow close past the body, but you get a little bit more trunk movement there as well. Keep going on that. That's your seated prompts if you would like them. I'm going to push up to stand. Just put in some standing prompts for the stander uppers. So feet are hip width apart, ideally, not too wide, not too narrow. Keep using this external support to the side of you, or you may prefer to have it, of course, in front of you. Assuming you've got enough space for knee room, that is. So it might be here, or it might be here, you choose. Steady is what we're after, and then again bringing in the other moving parts if you would like. You might want to firm up the bottom end while you focus a little bit more on the upper body. Keep using this external support if you would like, if you're going to start to bring those together. You may be comfortable like this. That's your options for Circ Boost. And it purely serves to do exactly that, to boost the circulation, get a little bit of increased blood flow and circulation into your day frequently throughout the day. It should also energise, invigorate. It should feel good to kind of take deeper, bigger breaths, all within your comfort zone, range of motion, rhythm and pace. Okay, so we've prepared the body, the active parts, the supporting parts, the moving parts. We've engaged the ankles, feet and toes if you're in stand. So now we are more ready for progress checks. So we have 4 progress checks here in the calendar. We have shoulder, back of thigh, balance and sit to stand. So getting myself in shot. We're going to talk through shoulder mobility first. So you may need, have you got a pen? Have you got a calendar? If you are monitoring your progress. So if you remember, we've got 4 descriptors and we're looking at how far we can comfortably move the shoulder, move our hand to a position behind the head. Best done in sit position, can be done in stand if you're absolutely confident and steady and standing. But the focus here is really on the shoulder movement and mobility. So have a perch down. Generally pick a side, any side. Generally pick your better side first. Lift active posture, shoulders down. Keep the head still. And the aim here is to move the hand either to the side of the ear here, the top of the head, the back of the head, or fingertips down towards the base of the neck. Slowly release, slowly in, slowly out. You might want to do a rehearsal and just to remember the move. So maybe a rehearsal first, just to get yourself in the zone, and then go for your progress check. So side of ear, that might be moving it round, top to back of head, aiming to get fingertips down between base of your neck towards your shoulder blades. If I just turn around so you can see what's going on behind me. Here, 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 here. Slowly in, slowly out. And then pick the descriptor that best suits how far you got. Did you touch your ear? Did you touch the back of the head, the base of your neck, or the top of your shoulder blade? So have a read of the descriptors there and then give yourself a score 1 to 4 and then mark it in your September zone. Suffice to say, if comfortable and appropriate, we're looking to do both sides. So have a pit stop, maybe have a release and relax, deactivate so that when you reactivate, you're refreshed and revigorated and ready to go again. Maybe take a practice run through on the other side just to get in the zone, just have a rehearsal and then go for the check. Side of the ear, moving towards the back of the head, down towards base of neck, down towards top of shoulder blade. And can you see throughout that movement, head ideally stays still. This is significant because if you start to manipulate the neck into strange positions, you might get a little bit further, but we're looking to keep the head steady and kind of sat comfortably on top of the spine. So just the arm and the shoulder does that work without any movements from head. That's your shoulder moves. Have you marked off your left and your rights? Okie dokes, next one. Next one is about the movement around the hips. The trunk and the hips and the legs work together for functional reach and bend. The back and thigh stretch that we do in the movement snacks on a 4 p.m. All designed to help get hands closer to feet, lower levels for shoes, socks, toes, all those things that we need to get down there for. So this is the back of thigh progress check. And again, now we've got 5 descriptors for this. The 5 descriptors are, I can reach my knee, I can reach the top of shin, I can reach to mid-shin, I can reach toes, I can reach beyond toes. So those are the descriptors. Again, suggest maybe a rehearsal just to get in the zone, just to refresh your memory. So active sit position. Now you will need to come forward in the chair, so hip walk forward, comfortably so, just past centre, depends how long your legs are really. Take one leg out, your better leg, or your better side, or most reliable side first, ideally. There's the long leg, here's the checks, just relax the foot a little bit and take the knee off of the lock. Then take the active sit. Okay, then, I need my glasses here. So now I'm going to take, squeeze the hands forward here, and this is where the descriptors come in. Knee, shin, mid-shin, foot, toes, beyond the toes. Slowly in and slowly out. Now here you can see I've got the other hand here acting as a bit of a support for the trunk. You may feel that gives you a bit more confidence and enables you to kind of really feel the range of motion that you have there. Or you may opt to take both hands on a slidey down. Whichever version you use the same version with each progress check. So there we go. Key points here in the calendar mentions not to lock out the knee, so the leg is straight but not locked. Other points of note is keep the shoulders and the trunk square so that you're going directly down, hinging from the hips here. Make sure you don't go into a bit of a turny twist on the way down. So everything remains open and square, even if you take that two-hand version here. Head and chest stay lifted, slowly in, slowly out. Have a bit of a pit stop. Deactivate, go again, same on the other side. Set it up, foot's a little bit relaxed, knee off the lock, extend and lift. Maybe do a rehearsal first with a hand in support. How far can you comfortably reach? In, slowly, and out slowly. Have a deactivate and then go for the progress check. Have a read of the descriptors, which one most describes your arrival place down the shin, and then mark it in September. Okay. And you may feel it's quite usual to see and feel that you have slightly different ranges of motion on either side. This gives you an opportunity to observe that and perhaps spend the next couple of weeks or months or so seeing if you can improve that so that you can get to the same ranges on both sides. Okie dokes, moving on. 4-point balance check. This one here in the calendar gives you the positions of the feet that we're aiming for. Now, as the title suggests, this is a balance progress check. To improve balance, we need to be on our feet. To improve standing balance, we need to be on our feet. So this may or may not be for you, depends on your personal circumstance. So have a look and decide. You will definitely want some external support close to hand for this one. And we're looking to see how confident and comfortable you are with your feet in 4 different positions. The positions are side by side, one slightly in front of the other, the heel toe stand, and then the single leg stand. So we've got 4 different positions of the feet. And in daily life, we will need all of these at some point. The aim here is to see if we can maintain a confident stand in each of these positions for up to 10 seconds. If you achieve 10 seconds, you move on to the next position. If you don't achieve 10 seconds, that's okay. That's your benchmark, that's your starting point. That's your area that you know you can start to work on, but you don't progress to try the other 3 positions. So here we go. The first position is feet side by side. I'm pitched up here close to the external support. I've got a stopwatch here, so I'm going to give that a click or if there's someone around that can give that a click for you, or just take a steady count in your head, whichever means you have. So I'm going to press start on my stopwatch. Lift up tall, take my fingertips away and aim to stand steady and strong in this position. At any point, when you feel you've had enough, step out. Okay, just to reiterate, take up the position in support, get ready to click your stopwatch, take the fingertips away and then aiming for 10 seconds. So the maximum you're going to stay here is 10 seconds. If you feel at any point you've had enough and you want to step out, put your hands down, that is the time. That marks the end of that progress check, and then you write down the number of seconds that you're confident in that position. If you achieve 10 seconds, it would suggest that you're ready for the next position. The next position is having your feet slightly off centre, one foot slightly forward. So with my external support here, the outside leg, the leg farthest from the support is going to take the step. Holding on just to get into position, there's the step, foot slightly forward. Can you see there? Then I take up that position again, knees slightly soft, just to have a little bit more activity in the thighs, and then go for the 10 seconds, fingertips away, 10-second count or stopwatch count. How does that feel for you when you've had enough? Step out, back to base, fingertips back onto the support. So that's with the left leg slightly forward. And the weight is always even across both feet on this. So you may also want to change positions so that you have your other foot on forward step. So you might want to take a turn towards your support, and now here, for example, I've used this leg for my step and count there. So you might want to make a note in your 4-point balance, left leg forward, right leg forward as well. So potentially you'll have 2 counts for that particular foot position. If you achieve 10 seconds, if you're comfortable to have one foot slightly in front of the other for 10 seconds without concern, would indicate you're ready for the next progression, which is stepping the foot directly in front of the other one, leaving just a little piece, a little gap there between the heel and the toe. Can you see there? So it's as if you're on a tightrope. Get into position confidently, comfortably, using that external support. Get yourself ready. Weight is even across both feet. This is important. So double check that you've got 50-50 across both feet. When you're ready, go for the count. Fingertips away, use the stopwatch or slow count in your head. There's the 10 seconds. If you feel wobbly, this is normal, this is usual, you're going to feel wobbly. If you feel that you need to take a step out of that position to maintain your balance, that marks the end of the progress check and the number of seconds that you achieved. Again, that was me doing this one with my left leg slightly forward. So for correctness and accuracy, the same on both sides. So to do the other leg, I'd step around towards my support, and then I'd adopt that same position now with the outer leg, like so. In position, 50-50 across the feet, go for the count, looking to achieve 10 seconds, stepping out when you've had enough. How are we doing? Marking in the calendar, how many seconds with left leg forward, right leg forward. If you achieve 10 seconds confidently on either of those legs, that's an indication that you're ready for the next progression, which is the single leg stand. So now we just have 1 point of contact with the floor. So expect to feel wobbly. To improve balance, we do need to challenge balance within our own comfort zone and support options available to us. So here is the single leg stand. Now for this one, I'm going to take the outer leg and I'm just going to take it a little bit behind me just to prepare. A little bit of a bend in that single leg knee there, and I'm going to pick up the foot and then go for the 10-second stand. Can you see how low to the ground my foot is? This is so that I can put it down easily at any point. Recap again. Upright position, so your posture will majorly influence your balance in standing. Get ready to move this outer leg, so just take a bit of a step back like so, just the ball of the foot, so you're starting to bring all of the weight onto this standing leg. External support close by as you would need. Pick off that foot, take the fingertips away, 10-second count starts there. Can you achieve 10 seconds? If so, great. If not, how far did you get before you had to put that foot down? That was my right leg, so to do my left leg, I'm going to step around and now set it up on the other side. Can you see here? So prepare the outer leg, go for the toe lift, go for the handoff, there's the balance position, step out. Perhaps it's also important to mention that the aim of this is to achieve the 10 seconds, but as important is the role of this supporting leg. So in improving confidence to stay up on feet, it's really about, yes, the strength and stability of this leg, but also the reactions of this leg. So if you haven't yet got to 10 seconds, but you're confidently stepping out and put that leg down, that in itself is such a benefit, such a progress to know that you can get that foot out to steady yourself. It's all about improving confidence and maintaining stability on our feet. So that's your 4-point balance. We've got one more progress check to come. It's the chair rise progress check here. So needless to say, for this one, you'll need a chair and you'll definitely need a stopwatch. Stopwatch is going to count 30 seconds. The aim of this progress check is to feel, to see how confident, how many times you can rise from a chair in 30 seconds. So this is confidently and comfortably the number of times. And it may also mean that if you're not yet ready to confidently come all the way up to a full sit to stand, there's some options in between there as well. I'll talk you through those. So let me just do a demo of this. Have a look and decide if you'd like to give it a go. In a seated position, into active sit, have a hip walk forward. Now this adjustment here is going to be really personal to you, depending on the size and the height of the chair and the length of your legs. So you should feel comfortably sat just past centre and bring the heels back and down. This will make it easier to stand. So both of these things will make it easier to stand. The hip walk forward and the positioning of the feet. So the heels are just behind the knees, hip width apart. This is the start position, plus a bit of a lift and a length here through the trunk. And you might just want to take a few rehearsals with that hip hinge and start to squeeze your heels down into the floor. This is the impetus, this is the momentum we need for stand. So the full sit to stand will be push up to stand, get balance, check the chair is there for confidence, and then come slowly down. And then it remains fairly fluid. Now, provided that your feet don't change position on the stand, you would assume that the chair is still where it was when you left it. There you go. If you do want to have a little bit of a fingertip touch, of course, go for that. But if there's any doubts that the chair isn't going to be there, the best thing to do is take a feel on the back of the legs and then come down to sit. So that's the full chair rise. Other options for that could be this, could be the jockey lift. So you might want an extra bit of assist, and it could be that you're just starting to progress towards stand. So that could be a fingertip touch on some external support. It could be hands on your own thighs like so, or hands on the side of the chair. And there might be a little bit of a push, a bit of assist through the arms there. All of these things are of value as you take this journey towards feeling confident to freely stand and sit. So let's give it a go. I'm going to give you 30 seconds on the clock. Have a practice or a feel which one of those options you like to have a go at. I'll give you a 3, 2, 1 countdown, or you might just be watching and you might do it in your own time, but I'm going to give you a 30-second run. Are we ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Your pace, full ranges of motion, finish off the job all the way up. Remember, if you take extra steps, take your time, feel for the chair on the way down, or you might be on jockey lifts, variations of, you're halfway there, 15 seconds done. How are you doing? As many checks and extra steps as you need. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stop. There you go, that's your 30 seconds. So, how many chair rises or variations of did you get? And then log it in September. Rightio. Those are the progress checks done for September. Without further ado, let me give you a run through of September's move, which is directional stepping. There you go. As with all of these movements in the calendar, we've got 2 options. We've got standing and seated options. So let me talk you through these. The standing option of this shows use of a wall here. I have a wall here. The aim of this movement is to rehearse and practice confident stepping in different directions. So we've got a forward step and a sideways step. So close to the support, using the wall, use the outside of the arm here. The outside leg's going to move. There's a rehearsal of your forward step and return. On the side step, you're going to take the ball of the foot down first and return. So there's your forward step and return, and side step and return. So the thing to focus and think about is your confident footfall. Heel lands first to the front and the back heel may come off depending how big that stride is. Get your balance back in the centre each time, bringing the feet back to hip width apart, like this, hip width. Let me show you a slightly different angle using support. So there's the forward step. Can you see how the back heel comes off? Get balance. The side step is the ball of the foot that arrives and then come back to base. Anything between 1 or 5 of those, just to frequently rehearse this throughout the day. And of course, to do the other leg, take a turn towards the support, confident with your support side here, outside leg, there, and return. Side step, there, and return. If you've mastered the forward and the side step, you may also want to then rehearse the backward step. So, ball of foot strike first, and then lower the heel down to the floor and return. Forward, return, get your balance. Side, return, get your balance. Back, return, get your balance. All of that with hand on external support, really to optimise confidence and support. If you don't need that, we can rehearse it freely standing without those options. So this is all about transferring and shifting weight between the legs, around the feet, ankles, feet and toes, working for you in all of those multiple stepping directions required from daily life. To do the other side, turn around and change that position there, as I've said, always moving that outside leg so that you're ready for any further adjustments. Okay, if you're not yet ready for that standing version, we can still very much prepare the feet, the ankles, the toes, the trunk and the hips for stepping direction. So once we sit, we can remove that balance challenge, but we can still rehearse footfall and stride. With the seated version, you can see here I've got that hip hinge as well, so upright through the posture. I get that shift of weight forwards for my forward step. Now for my side step, there's the ball of foot here. Or it could be here. So technically when we step sideways, depending on the side of the stride, it could be the ball of the foot that arrives first, or it could be that we stride landing with the heel first. The difference being, or the things to focus on, is that the hip, the knee and the toes always face the same direction here. So you might want to rehearse the sideways step with the ball of the foot landing and the sideways step with hip, knee and toe. There. Same on both sides. And you might want to randomise that bit. So bit on the left, bit on the right, changing regularly between those footfall positions. And can you see how the trunk responds to those shifts in weight? That is directional stepping. Some seated standing options, variations on a theme for you. The idea is to do them daily or just crowbar them in every hour or so, just to move more frequently to keep these fundamental movements of daily life working for you. That's it. Rightio. Thanks for tuning in, those who have tuned in live. This is going to find its way up now onto the YouTube channel. So see you in the next month for this one, or maybe on the movement snacks in between. Thanks, folks. See you on the next one. Bye for now.